This is a global news update on top Accolade News. These are stories that shape politics, economies, and lives today. A reminder that these headlines are not just words, but windows into struggle, conflict, and resilience. The headlines. Finnish Parliament grieves after death of Social Democrat Peltonen. UK inflation climbs to 3.8%. Netanyahu slams Australia over Palestinian recognition. Trump pushes for Putin-Zelensky talks. A tragedy has shaken Finnish politics as Finnish Parliament grieves after death of Social Democrat Peltonen. Finnish lawmaker Eemeli Peltonen of the Social Democratic Party was found dead in Helsinki's Parliament building on Tuesday in what the police believe was suicide. The Prime Minister suspended political work and led a minute's silence while colleagues mourn a well-liked young leader. Peltonen, first elected in 2023, had recently shared health struggles but was seen as a rising star. His death is a stark reminder that behind the public face of politics, silent battles can weigh heavier than any parliamentary debate. From the silence of political halls in Helsinki to the strain in households across Britain and economy, where UK inflation climbs to 3.8%. UK inflation unexpectedly rose to 3.8% in July, up from 3.6% in June, driven by soaring airfares, higher petrol prices, and climbing food costs, according to the ONS. The Bank of England now expects inflation to peak at 4% in September, prolonging pressures on households. While ministers tout wage rises and subsidies, economists warn that the prices will stay miles above target well into 2026, a reminder that for many families, every holiday booking or weekly shop feels like a luxury taxed by inflation. And while British families wrestle with crisis at home, on the world stage another kind of pressure is mounted, diplomatic, as Netanyahu slams Australia over Palestinian recognition. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu accused Australian leader Anthony Albanese of betraying Israel after Canberra-based far-right MP Cynthia Rothman and recognized the Palestinian state, prompting Israel to revoke visas for Australian envoys. Albanese stressed diplomacy, while his ministers said Netanyahu was lashing out. With over 62,000 Palestinians killed since October, critics argue Netanyahu's fury reflects isolation more than strength, prove that as one Israeli opposition figure warned, every clash with him only elevates his rivals. Another global heavyweight is trying to recast the rules of engagement as Trump pushes for Putin-Zelensky talks. The Kremlin has downplayed prospect of an imminent summit between Vladimir Putin and Zelensky, even as Donald Trump renewed his call for direct talks following his meeting with Putin in Alaska and Zelensky in Washington. While Trump insists a peace deal is possible, European leaders remain skeptical, with Emmanuel Macron calling Putin a predator and Finland's president warning he is rarely to be trusted. The war's brutal toll underscores the stakes, but as one European diplomat noted, peace cannot be built on illusions. You're watching the Global News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. In conflict, Qatar pushes Gaza ceasefire. Qatar has urged swift acceptance of a ceasefire plan after Hamas signaled positive readiness for a 60-day truce, hostage releases and humanitarian aid, though Israel has yet to reply while preparing new offensives in Gaza's most crowded areas. Hospitals report mounting civilian death, including entire families, while the UN warned that the trickle of aid is far from enough to stop all famine. Israeli leaders insist that the war will continue until Hamas disarms, but with desperation rising, one UN official warns starvation is not negotiating too. It is a crime against humanity. while Gaza reels under the weight of wars and hunger. Afghanistan is confronting a tragedy of its own as a bus carrying deported Afghan refugees burst into flames. At least 71 people, including 17 children, were killed when a bus carrying Afghan refugees deported from Iran collided with a fuel tank and motorcycle in Herat province, western Afghanistan, before erupting in flames. Only 3 passengers survived, with police blaming excessive speed and negligence. The tragedy highlights the peril faced by thousands of Afghans possibly returned from Iran and Pakistan, as riot groups warn of a crisis too great for Kabul to bear. Proof that exile can be dangerous, but return can be deadly. Europe is preparing for a gathering of music, culture, and unity in entertainment as Vienna readies to host Eurovision 2026. Austria's ORF has confirmed Vienna will host the Eurovision Song Contest in May 2026 at the Vienna Stadthalle, following JJ's victory with Wasted Love. With a €22.6 million budget and free public event promised, officials says the contest will showcase both culture and inclusivity. It will be Vienna's 3rd time as host, cementing its role as Europe's musical stage. Proof that Eurovision is not just a competition, but a continent-wide celebration of identity. Now in sports, Madrid starts season with hard-fought victory under Alonso. Kylian Mbappe's second-half spot kick sealed Real Madrid 1-0 victory over Osasuna in the La Liga opener, handing new coach Xabi Alonso a vital debut win despite missing key players. Madrid controlled possession but lacked finishing edge, while Osasuna's late red card ended their resistance. The victory may not have been dazzling, but in football, 3 points are worth more than style. Real season begins with a grit, not glamour. And that is today's Global Wrap. A day of grief in politics, strain in households, fury in diplomacy, fragile hopes in war zones, and flashes of joy in music and sports. Prove that the world turns on contrast, and journalism must hold all of them together. I am Ojorumi Okocha. Connect and engage with us on all our social media handles. Do have a wonderful day and keep watching the global news updates on Top Accolade News.